Hello, I'm Tfrwldnas. Welcome to my channel. Now, the other day, Natalie, all in a blur, posted up a video on Chris Six Shot Changes, channel, where she did a challenge which she has issued to the Transformers and Such Facebook group called the Transformers and Such Top 10 Display Figure Challenge, in which you take 10 figures from your display and then you show them, do a show and tell video, and the challenge is to do it all in under 10 minutes. Now, I've decided to accept this challenge, even though I'm not a full member of Transformers and Such Facebook group, mainly because I don't have a Facebook account. But anyway, I've decided to have a go at this challenge. Now, it really is a challenge for me because I like to waffle when I'm showing a figure in front of the camera unnecessarily about it. So I'm going to find it very difficult to do quick descriptions of these figures that I've got to show you here. But without further ado, let's get on with this. Right, first character I'm going to show you is my Transformers Beast Wars Silverbolt. Out of all the Transformer toys in my collection, I've owned this guy for the longest time. I've had him, I think since about 2007. He takes pride of place in the middle of my windowsill in my bedroom. He's my all-time favourite character. I love the bird dog, and I got this is my representation of that character from the show. I'm kind of hoping that Masterpiece are going to do a Masterpiece version of Beast Wars Silverbolt, but we never know. But yeah, Silverbolt, he's my #1 Transformer in my collection. Next, Godzilla. Now, this is a Bandai vinyl figure from 1998 of the original 1954 Godzilla from the first movie. It's a very richly detailed vinyl figure. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, have been for many years. I've recently bought a multi-region DVD player and some DVD box sets of the later Godzilla films that I haven't seen. And yeah, so he's on display on my windowsill next to Silverbolt, and I'm a huge Big G fan. So yeah, Godzilla. Roar! Number 3, Pop Vinyl Claptrap from Borderlands. Not a huge fan of pop vinyls, but every now and again they do one that really gets to me and hits me where it hurts. Claptrap, one of those iconic characters from the Borderlands game franchise. I'm a huge fan of Borderlands. I've played Borderlands 1 and 2 to death. Claptrap is a really cool character, and this is an awesome version of him in the pop vinyl form. He's on display on my TV table just in front of my telly, and yeah, so I absolutely love this guy. So that's Pop Vinyl Claptrap. Now, this isn't a figure as such. Tomy Tamika Mazda Bongo Friend II. So yeah, on my other channel, I do this thing I call Random Silliness Bongo Friendly Sightings, where when I see one of these Mazda Bongo Friendly vans in public, I sort of point and shout at it, Bongo Friendly! And I love this vehicle. It's a really cool, serious van, and it's got one of the silliest names ever applied to a vehicle. It's that juxtaposition of the cool van, silly name, is why I love these things so much and do that silly series on my other channel. And this thing has also got working auto free top. So when I found out they'd done a toy of the Mazda Bongo Friend II, I had to get one, and it's on display on just in front of my telly on my telly stand. Hello Carbot Super Patron. Yeah, one of the combiners from the Hello Carbot series. I collect these Korean bots. I've had this guy for a couple of years. He's from season 4, made up of 4 units: Direx, Leaf, Skid, and Patroness. He's in what I call the big bot spot, which is a small shelf next to my TV stand. He's been there for at least 2 years, but I've got that Mini-Force X combiner that I'm making. I'm going to get the last figure for that in the next week or so, and when I get that together, that's going into the big bot spot, and this guy's coming out. So his time on display in my room is coming to an end. But yeah, I thought I'd show him off. Masterpiece Prowl. Now, it's the only Masterpiece figure on display in my room. He's sits just in front of Super Patron in the big bot spot. He's in this really heroic sort of pose, and if I have him angled a certain way, he's like looking down the barrel of his gun to me when I'm lying in bed, you know, at my head. So I have to turn him so he points just behind the telly. But yeah, Masterpiece Prowl. I love the design, love the mold, awesome figure. So he's on display in my room, and yeah, it's Prowl. Right, Pokemon plushie Charizard. Now this is a physical representation of my first Pokemon. When I got the original Pokemon Red back in the day, I started out with a Charmander, and of course evolved it into a Charizard, leveled it up to level 100. He was my first Pokemon. He's my go-to Pokemon. I don't know where he is. I mean, he might still be on the original game cartridge, but I got you know, Pokemon Stadium on the N64, and I transferred a number of my characters onto that, so I don't know where he is. But this is Scorch, the name I gave to my first Pokemon. This is his physical representation of him. He's in my room, not necessarily on over display. He's sort of on a shelf with a load of junk in front of him, but whenever I see him, I have to get him out and have a play with him, so for nostalgic purposes. So yeah, Charizard Scorch. Matrix Monster Fiery Dragon. Yeah, I reviewed this guy back in the day. Absolutely love this thing. It hits me where it hurts on so many levels. I mean, one, I think it looks like a cross between a Digimon and a Zoid in its design and aesthetic. It's orange. I love the colour orange, and it's a dragon. So it just absolutely, you know, really gets to me and how much I love this thing. He's been on display since the day I got him. I've had him for a couple of years. He's always on display, and yeah. So that's Matrix Monster Fiery Dragon. Marvel Infinity Death's Head. Yes. Obviously, I used to collect the Marvel G1 comics back in the day, and when Death's Head made his appearance, I absolutely loved him. He's a fantastic character, had such an impact on me in my early days. And when I saw that Marvel Infinity was doing one, I had to buy one. You can see I've also had it signed by the creators of the character, Simon Furman and Jeff Senior. Simon signed it at the last auto assembly, and Jeff signed it at the first TF Nation. Now I've actually got two of these, and the other one I aim to do it in like a repaint in his G colours he appeared in the G1. I mean, he was in like sort of like greens and browns and yellows. So yeah, I want to do him in his original colours. So I've got another one of them. Been meaning to do a custom on it, but haven't got round to it. But this one will stay sealed with the double signature on it. Marvel Death's Head. Now this last one's a bit of a cheat because it's actually two figures, but it represents one character. Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy. Now, I bought these guys on the Transformers and Such outing we had at Birmingham last year. And when we was going around the shops, we went into Forbidden Planet, and I hadn't seen much Transformers stuff in the way, you know, worth buying. But when we was in Forbidden Planet, I saw they had these things, and even though I've never played the game, I'm a fan of Foxy. I've watched so many, like, you know, videos of people doing you know, videos of it, and yeah, so Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's, the plushie and the action figure. So there we go, that's my video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully I've got this done in under 30 minutes. I don't know whether anyone else in the Transformers and Such is doing it. This isn't a tag challenge, so it's just a friendly challenge for people to participate in. So there's my entry. Hope you enjoyed it. Up in Tfrwldnas. Ta-da.